Well, I was staying pretty quiet throughout the course of the primary, and through Freedom Initiative, as you know, and through AM 560 and the relationship with the station, I feel like I've had a unique insight to a lot of these candidates, mainly just getting to know them pretty well on a personal level. I think that's the one thing that many folks don't really have the chance to have, is a good personal connection with the candidates. And I think that that's important because you really get to understand and learn about who they really are, besides just when they're out in front of a crowd of people. And so with that said, and this is in no particular order, but I would say that there are three candidates that I've been eager to want to endorse and just speak out loud about my support for them. And these three gentlemen are also gentlemen who I feel are close personal friends that I trust, and I know them well enough to know what's really in their heart and in their soul. And the first one's obviously a good friend to you and I both, and that's Scott Kaspar, Illinois District 6. And, I think he is someone who has just a tremendous head on his shoulders. He's a really, really well-connected individual. He comes from a family that has a deep-seated history here in the Chicagoland area. And I know that he's passionate about standing up for, conservative, traditional, fundamental America. And so definitely Scott Kaspar is one who I want to give a big shout-out to and just put it out there publicly that I definitely endorse Scott. And I hope he comes out of that primary ahead. I know it's a tight race over there right now. And so where is that one at right now, by the way, by recent polling?
Yeah, it's close. Scott's it's pretty it's a two-man race, and Scott's right there at the top. So, Nick, your support and your endorsement obviously is going to be very important.
Yeah, and I know that's a tight race. I had the chance to meet some of the others that are in that race as well with Scott, and just even from first impressions alone, I feel like Scott's the right guy. And outside of that, it's no mystery that I'm really close with Mr. Tom DeVore. Him and I, through the Freedom Initiative and with all the grassroots groups throughout the Chicagoland area, worked really hard to push back and fight against the never-ending mask mandates in schools. There was a point in time where I felt like him and I were on the phone literally every night of the week for months on end. And I know I wasn't the only person he was taking the time out to talk to and work with. And I think he's really left it all on the floor as far as fighting for people. And, he has a tremendous notch on his belt, taking down J.B. Pritzker and the never-ending mandates and mask mandates in schools. And I think that Tom is obviously someone who you and I would both strongly endorse. And, I think he's going to come out ahead in this primary, and then it'd be amazing if he can win the general, wouldn't it, to see him over the top of whoever's sitting in the governor's mansion.
That's right. And your third and final endorsement, Scott Kaspar in the 6th, Tom DeVore for Attorney General, and your third endorsement, Nick Richmond.
A third endorsement is a man who I met on a boat cruise with my good friend John Anthony about, almost 2 years ago, and that is gubernatorial candidate Senator Darren Bailey. Darren Bailey was someone at the time I don't think many people in the northwest suburbs knew of Darren, and he was kind of making his rounds up here to get to know people. When I first met him on that boat cruise, I thought, man, I really love the substance of this individual and his personality, his devotion to Christian values. And then we had him coming up here a fair amount to some of our events that we were having, and we got to know him better through that movement. And I just feel like his experience in the Senate, his track record alongside of guys like Tom DeVore for fighting and actually accomplishing things that have strongly benefited, especially parents like myself who have young children here in the state. I know Darren Bailey would be a fantastic representative for us to hopefully take down J.B. Pritzker. So I want to put it out there that I do endorse, and I'm not just saying this because Trump just did it, although I think that's pretty awesome. That was amazing. I had chills when I saw that on social media. And I know you were there, Mark, to watch that.